Morning, Dr. Minaz,
Good
and
morning.
thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
That's okay, Sham. Thank you for inviting me.
I understand food insecurity is an issue that touches many lives, and your work at the Ethnic Food Bank is making a real difference. So, we're really excited to learn more about your mission and the impact your organization is having. So, we wanted to interview you, and we have a few questions to ask.
Okay.
So, firstly, can you tell us about the origins of the Ethnic Food Bank in Bedford? What
Right.
inspired its creation?
Right. So this food bank, which we have started in Bedford, the first multi-ethnic food bank, was because it was inspired by a patient. So I was working in a surgery at the time when this, person, just because of confidentiality, I can't go into more details, but basically, he was struggling financially and he was not able to provide for his family. So the health visitor asked him to go to the normal food bank to get some food because they provide the normal, free food parcels. So he said that he does go there, but then he can't eat the food that they provide him. So that's when this, the idea came that I think people who are struggling, at least they should be able to eat the food that they normally like or eat.
Alright. So, was there like a need or gap you identified in the community that led to the food bank being founded?
Yes. So when this happened, so I spoke to a lot of people around, around me. So I spoke to my colleague and my husband and few other people in the community through a WhatsApp group where I asked them if there was something an ethnic food bank that exists, because I just thought maybe I could just do some donations there. But everyone was like they had never thought about it, that that people who are from different ethnic backgrounds, they should be able to eat the food that they normally eat. So yes, the need was there, and everyone thought that something should be done about it, and that's how this started.
Alright. So, what is the core mission or philosophy that drives the work of the food bank?
So I think the main thing is anyone in Bedford shouldn't go hungry.
Yes.
Now that is the mission, and this is, we are not policing anyone. So anyone who is struggling financially or are not able to eat food, they can just go to an organization and get referred, or they can just drop into our community center, and we've got citizens advisor on site, or ourselves, our volunteers can generate a food voucher and provide the free food parcel to them.
Okay. How does your food bank define ethnic or culturally appropriate food, and why is that important?
So I think, as as I mentioned earlier, if you're struggling, you shouldn't be forced or you shouldn't be asked to eat something that you don't normally eat, because even if you're given that food, you can't make anything out of it. And if you're financially struggling, it's not going to go away in a week or two. So you will be struggling for some time and to come out of it. And having that food that you don't normally eat for a long time is not appropriate. So what we did was, when we founded this organization, so we have trustees from different ethnic minorities. So we have African, Eastern European, Middle Eastern, and Asian trustees who then helped us to form a list of food items that that particular ethnic minority group eats, and then we made a parcel out of that, and included those food items in our food parcels.
Alright. So, can you describe some of the items that you provide for people?
Yes. So, for example, if you take the Asian, parcel, food parcel, so it has got different lentils, moong dal, tur dal, green lentils, then soya chunks, and then if you take the Middle Eastern parcel, so then that has got vine leaves, which is very specific to their culture, and then they've got different types of beans. They are called alubia beans, fava beans, so which is for that particular ethnic group. And then for African food, in African food parcels, we have got Evisa, Gari flour. So yeah, those are the few items I can remember at the moment.
Seems like you've learned a lot
I
from
have actually,
managing
yes.
this, yes. So, how do you ensure the food aligns with different religious, dietary, cultural requirements?
So what we decided was, because we wanted this to obviously help to the people who are in need over a long period of time. So we didn't want this to the food bank to close down for any reason. So we kept the meat items out of the the parcels. So we provide dry, non-perishable food items, but they are nutritionally appropriate, because they have got a lot of different so there is carbohydrates, proteins, And we, so even though they are tinned and dry food items, but they have a good nutritious value.
So you provide things like beans, things like that, lentils,
Yes,
which would
yes,
provide the protein.
yes.
Yeah. So how does your food bank differ from more traditional food banks?
So I think the ethnic food items makes it different.
Okay.
So what we did was we made a list of all the food items that a particular ethnic group would eat. Then we found like there was a common theme, so there would be rice, flour, oil. So these are the common things, and then people make different things out of it. Like, say for example, the Middle Eastern community, they make hummus. Then the Asians, they make chapati or paratha, from that flour. And then some other community would make maybe a pizza base, or bread or something. So everyone uses the same ingredients, majority of them, but then makes their own culturally appropriate food items. So we then have those items, and then we also have something, like as we discussed earlier, something which is very specific for their cultural needs, basically. So.
Okay. Is there a difference in the way it's run, or is it just the food items that differ?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
So do you run it in a different way to any normal food bank?
Okay. So no, we had to because I'm a GP, so I've never done this before. So
Yes,
I had to ask or get help, because running a charity is big responsibility. So I went to the normal food bank in Bedford and also in Luton to find out how they work and how they function. So they both work through so yes, so we work very similar to them, but I think the only thing that differs would be the parcel, which has got more ethnic food items.
All right. So who are the primary communities, or who do you help in Bedford?
So anyone can come. So sometimes it's hard, maybe a rich person. Sometimes if they're in they have defaulted their installments on something, and then they go in debt and they are suddenly in crisis. So even those people can come. People who are still working, but their income is so low that they're trying but still can't meet their needs. So those people can also access the food bank. People who are on benefits, suddenly their benefits have stopped, they can come. Or anyone if they're asylum seekers, they're given the money, but that's not enough for their big families or something like that. So we try and help different people from different backgrounds with different problems. So yeah, a lot of different categories, but we don't police them. Anyone can just come and ask. Even Caucasians can come and ask for ethnic food items.
Right. So what sorts of ethnicities do you cater for?
So we cater for Asian, Middle Eastern, Eastern European, and African and Caribbean.
All right. So do you engage with these communities to understand their needs, what they would like to eat? Have you spoken to them? Do you engage with them regularly to find out what sort of things they want?
Yes, so we do have we try and take feedback from when the clients come, and then we do I think it's like it when you ask how you're different from the other food banks. I think we are not rigid. I'm not saying the other food bank is rigid, but we are flexible, because our warehouse, distribution center and storage, everything is in one place.
Yes.
So if a client says that they don't like or they don't eat something, then we just exchange it for the other item.
Okay.
Which I think with the normal food bank, because their distribution center is different, they make a standard parcel and then it goes to their the parcel making center, or the warehouse is at a different site and the distribution at is different site. So I think they've got that bit of they can't just exchange if the people don't want it, they have to just leave it.
All right. So what does a typical day look like, and when does the food bank open?
So we are open on Wednesdays from 5:30 till 7:30. So the typical day would be, so over the week we get a lot of referrals. So referrals can be from different agencies. So we have different schools who are registered and they refer. So it could be a housing association, it could be Bedford Borough Council, or it could be the BRAS, which is a asylum seekers charity. So a lot of different people do the referrals over the week, and all those referrals come we've got our website, which then shows us all the active vouchers, food vouchers. And then people bring the food voucher with them. We just need that code, so they don't have to physically bring the whole the paper form of it. If they bring the code, We just ask them their details and then make the parcel and give them.
Okay. How do you source your food?
So we sort it. So most of the time we buy, but the normal food bank also help us and give their surplus. So what we do is we then try and make sure that it's within the expiry date, like at least 3 to 6 months. So we don't provide any expired food. So it all is within that expiry date. Yeah, and then we just label it and sort it or store it in a way that when we use the one with the nearest expiry date.
Okay. How much impact do you think you've had so far?
So far, our website is live, so you can see how many referrals we have done. So I think so far it's more than 30,000 food parcels, or meals that you can say, have been distributed. So yeah, I think there was a need, and obviously it is initially there wasn't much awareness, but now it is growing, and a lot of agencies have. So we have got at least 150 plus agencies who have registered as referrers, and this is just within a span of 2.5 years. So just
What are the biggest challenges you have faced so far while setting this up and running it as well?
So I think the biggest challenge would be space, because at the moment we are operating from a small shed, so which has got yes, storage facility. So we have the so normally other food banks, I think their warehouse is different to their distribution center, but we have to operate from what we have. We are just a new charity, so we are operating from one room basically, which is our storage, which is our distribution center. We've got citizens advisor on site. So I think the challenge has been when a client wants to speak to the citizens advisor about their problem and they want to one-to-one conversation, then volunteers have to step out of the room, that. So sometimes it's raining or it's cold and dark. So we've had that problem, and sometimes the other clients have to step out as well, so which is a bit of inconvenience for them.
Alright.
So that's our challenge.
So do you have any examples of feedback you've been given?
Yes. So a lot of people have been obviously when they use the food bank when they're in crisis, they are very grateful for what they have got. Obviously anyone would, as expected. So I think we had a gentleman who, again not going into much more detail because of the confidentiality, but he was struggling, and one of our volunteers found them in the town center, and they were really in crisis, because not only because of their finances, but they had some family issues, and they their job crisis, and then so they came to the food bank with their children, and then when they went out, they also spoke to the citizens advisor on site. So when they went out, they not only had the bag of food, the parcels, but they also had a hope that they can come out of this crisis, which is good. Yeah.
So you're helping people a lot there, lots of impact.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned that you've worked with 150 organisations for referrals, but are there any other charities you work with, the local council?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, so we have had we apply for grants. So we've had a lot of different agencies who have helped. So Bedford Borough Council, the Harcourt Trust, and then we had the Bedford Luton Community Foundation, BLCF. So yes, and then Glastonbury have been kind. Then they just approached us and without even an application, and they provided us some funds. So yeah, we've had a lot of agencies who came forward and they wanted to help. And I think one of the reason was we were on the BBC, and we are the first multi-ethnic food bank, because there are food banks for Asian community or African community or Middle Eastern or Eastern European, but a multi-ethnic I think is the first of its kind in Bedford, in the whole UK.
That's really good. All right. So do you have any upcoming plans, initiatives that we should be aware of?
So we are going to have an open open day, or an event for an awareness event soon. We're planning that in next few weeks time. And then I think the main thing for us is raising more awareness, so that not only people access it, because I think that's one thing that we've noted, that a lot of ethnic minority population don't because they've never had a free food given to them ever, so they don't have this concept that they can just ask for a free food parcel. So I think we need to raise awareness, and I think donations is another big thing for us, that we are not getting many donations, we are buying our food. So raising awareness will definitely help us get that, those donations.
Okay. So what has been the most rewarding moment? I'm sure there have been many, but if you can choose one, what would it be?
I think there was, again, as I said, not only people who are financially or low income groups, there could be anyone who has just went into debt and then suddenly they found themselves in crisis. So we had similar situation with one lady who was suddenly in a debt and she just couldn't get out of it. So she came and the citizens advisor obviously helped her to directed her to the right channels to come out of that debt, and obviously she was supported with the food parcels weekly until she was out of that crisis. So the last day when she was going away, with the last food parcel, and she knew that after that she's not going to access it, she kept the food parcel, came back and hugged all of us, saying that I would have never thought that I would be in such situation, but now that I'm going to come out of it, I'm going to help other people. So yeah, that was, I think, memorable thing.
That seems like a really nice moment. So, what do you wish more people would understand about your mission, food insecurity in general, or anything else related?
So yes, I think raising awareness. So if you know someone who is struggling, I think, and again, I want kids through children, and I have already spoken to Bedford Academy students and the Queen's Park Academy students. They also visited and came and did food parcels, and they visited our food banks, so they understand. So I want kids to go out there and tell their parents or tell their friends and family that it's okay to come and ask for help, because if you don't ask for help, you're struggling, and there is no need, there is a lot of help available. So I think I want the children to spread this message saying if you're in crisis, ask for help.
All right. So, how can members of the Bedford community support the Ethnic Food Bank? Donations would be one.
Yes, donation definitely would help, but raising awareness is the big key thing. So that if you promote, and just become a referrer, if you feel, or if you see anyone in crisis, just refer.
All right. So, thank you so much for your time and sharing all your insights, experiences.
Thank you, Sean.
It's been great speaking to you.
Thank you.
So, I think it's clear that the Ethnic Food Bank is doing a lot more than just providing food. You're helping people come out of crisis and really helping people. So, we truly appreciate the work you do.
Thank you,
We wish you a lot of success in your mission.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Bye.